Okay, this is a private video to John, meant to be totally private. One of those private video things, only John can see. Okay, so anybody who's public, tell me. God, you guys are gullible. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, John. So, John, here's the thing, John. You and I have a little bit of a history now. You're one of the few trolls that I grant any troll victory to. But on the other hand, you're one of the even more rare trolls that has granted victory back to me. And I think changed up your game a little bit, right? Wasn't it after we had some of our rundowns and then, delving into it, kind of conversations that about the internet and how it works and stuff. You confessed some really great stories, which were either really personal, true stories, intense personal stories, or incredible works of fiction that have to have had some relation to reality from people you knew or something, or else you're just, it's like way over the top, and yet, yeah, even if it was fiction, it was like, wow, that was emotionally impactful. It was, what the fuck, that was going to happen. So we both have that. But what I don't know, and part of the victory of you, is I never did, like, the way I see it is I demanded some honesty from you, right? And hopefully I was like, hey, you know what, you could put more honesty into this sardonic, dark sense of humor, retain some of the Andy Kaufman-esque parts of trollishness, concerned trolling. And maybe if you also are, concerned about things, then, they can match up. And you can have some honest and the same kind of fun, because it is, you're recreating. We should all face the fact that we're recreating intellectually, good for us, but it's recreating. It's also thinking, but, and it can be emotional. There's all kinds of great things I could glorify, but it's recreating, so you gotta acknowledge people want to do something they can enjoy. It's not like, hey, be the perfect person now. Yeah, that sounds fun. So you want to be a better person and a good person, but you also want to go ahead and not ruin it for yourself. But what I never totally figured out is how much of your concern, let me put it this way. It seems like, obviously to start with, you're a concerned troll. You're totally a concerned troll. Everybody, probably recognizes that if they know anything about trollology at all. You're a concerned troll. It's an interesting kind of troll. It's a good troll, I think. It's good troll. Like one time a bat landed in my eave of my doorway, and it was the ugliest little thing, but it was also so cute. So kind of like that. It's one of the cuter ones. Okay. Fuzzy and wrinkly and stuff. But it's annoying like a troll. On the other hand, I think you also are concerned about things. But of course, with the troll stuff, especially when you were going real strong with it, it's kind of like you feign concern where you aren't concerned, and you feign a lack of concern where you are concerned. So like you feign a lack of concern with Thunderfoot being nuts, and you frame that as feigning a concern about the people criticizing Thunderfoot. And that was one of your more obviously sarcastic trolls, I thought, but a lot of people didn't get it, which I appreciate the skill in that. Right, and when you had no concern, you're like, I'm really worried about this. And again, another one where you started to get more obvious, which I thought was good, because then you could just do your thing, make it so obvious that at least anybody that's kind of clued in and paying some attention or kind of getting it would know at least there might be something a little over the top. Like when you said you put me on suicide watch, anybody that knew me would not fall for that. But then again, there's all these casual observers of mine, and so It counts as another troll, but it's sort of like there's a threshold of, look, if you want to know whether it's obvious, the humor or the sardonic, I think of it as a sardonic kind of humor, then, on one level it's also obvious, right? Okay, so I just told you that to tell you this. Where that leaves us is that you and I have been jousting a little in comments. And you even said, oh, I'm worried that you're threatening to crush me. And I have a dual opinion about you. On the one hand, I think it could be the troll concern. Hi, Mr. Gecko. That's good luck. It might be the troll concern I'm dealing with. And it's all in good fun. And I can just, you can come out to the battlefield and get totally burnt up into dust and then reform like the phoenix and so on. That would be fine. Or maybe it's the real concern, and I'm going to make you cry. And you're going to have to self-select on that, buddy, because there's a couple things. One, I don't want to make you cry, but I'm more likely to go further with you than I would with other people. There's a certain limit I have, but you might be surprised where it is and what the criteria are. You don't necessarily pass all of them. So anyway, I had to talk to my neighbor. So, that was interesting. The point is that I don't know. You're going to have to self-select is what I was saying. I know I was saying you're going to have to self-select, right? Figure out if this is going to harm you. I can't figure that out for you, and I won't be there and like this time afterwards to like clean up any pieces if I go too far, because you strike me as someone, capable, that I don't have to use kid gloves with, right? And if I'm wrong, you need to behave appropriately. All right, that's up to you. All right, cheers.